Most Demon Slayer fans are celebrating the announcement of the massive Infinity Castle movie trilogy, but underneath the absolute hype, there is a massive wave of panic spreading through the entire fanbase. Everyone is asking the exact same question: is this actually the final end of Demon Slayer? If you look at how the manga is structured, the official statements from the production committee, and how much insane money this franchise makes, the real answer is going to completely blow your mind. Let's address the massive elephant in the room first. Casual fans who haven't read the manga genuinely think the Infinity Castle is the definitive final arc of the story. They think Muzan gets defeated inside that crazy shifting fortress and everyone lives happily ever after. But if you look at the source material, the raid on the Infinity Castle is actually just part 1 of a massive 2-part grand finale. In the manga, the moment the castle collapses, it immediately transitions into what is officially known as the Sunrise Countdown arc. This isn't just a tiny epilogue, it is a brutal, exhausting, high-stakes final stand that takes place entirely above ground in the ruined streets of the city. We are talking about an hour and a half of pure, unadulterated survival where the remaining Hashira have to throw away their lives just to delay Muzan until the sun comes up. There is absolutely no logistical way that Ufotable can squeeze both the massive fights inside the Infinity Castle and the entire brutal Sunrise Countdown arc into just 3 movies without completely slaughtering the pacing, cutting out massive character deaths, and ruining the emotional weight of the entire series. Think about the math for a second. The Infinity Castle arc alone is over 40 manga chapters of non-stop, peak-tier anime fights. We have Akaza vs Tanjiro and Giyu, Doma vs Shinobu, Inosuke, and Kanao, and the absolute titan of a battle that is Kokushibo versus the combined forces of Gyome, Sanemi, Muichiro, and Genya. Each one of those fights is dense enough to take up an entire feature-length film on its own if Ufotable gives them the legendary, movie-quality pacing they deserve. If you go digging through the deep anime subreddits and tracking the production rumors flying around Japanese entertainment forums, the absolute consensus among the smartest fans is that this movie trilogy is a massive setup. The trilogy will likely conclude the battles inside the fortress, ending on a jaw-dropping, terrifying cliffhanger where Muzan breaks free onto the surface. Ufotable is setting the stage for either a surprise final television season or a definitive, massive standalone movie event to wrap up the actual end of the series. But let's look past the main storyline for a second, because you are absolutely crazy if you think the production committee and Shueisha are just going to walk away from their biggest global cash cow. Demon Slayer is not just a popular show, it is a multi-billion-dollar economic phenomenon. Mugen Train is still the highest grossing anime film of all time globally, pulling in over $500 million. The merchandise sales alone literally keep entire retail chains afloat in Japan. The public data proves that global audience demand isn't slowing down at all, and corporations do not just delete an active gold mine when the main story wraps up. If you look at franchises like Naruto, Bleach, Dragon Ball, and even My Hero Academia, the conclusion of the main manga is never the actual end of the brand. It is just the moment the franchise transitions from a single timeline into an expanded universe. And the best part? Ufotable doesn't even have to make up filler or invent fake stories to keep the cash flowing. There is an entire library of official canon Demon Slayer material created by Koyoharu Gotoge and licensed writers that is just sitting in a vault waiting to be animated. For starters, we have the official light novels like One-Winged Butterfly and Signs from the Wind. These books contain incredibly deep, tragic backstories that fans have been begging to see on screen for years. We are talking about the detailed origin story of how Sanemi Shinazugawa lost his family and met his first Demon Slayer partner, the deep friendship between Shinobu Kocho and Kanai before she was murdered by Doma, and even hilarious slice-of-life stories showing the Hashira interacting during peaceful times. On top of the light novels, there are the official guide and manga chapters illustrated by Ryoji Hirano. These are high-action, beautifully drawn side stories that focus entirely on individual Hashira before Tanjiro ever joined the Corps. There is a massive Giyu Tomioka Gaiden that explores a solo mission he took right after meeting Nezuko and Tanjiro, and a legendary Kyojuro Rengoku Gaiden that shows his very first official mission as the Flame Hashira fighting a lower moon demon alongside Mitsuri Kanroji. These aren't random filler concepts, they are highly requested, beloved stories that could easily be turned into highly profitable OVA episodes, special television events, or streaming movies. If Ufotable wants to take a completely different route, they also have the official Kimetsu Academy spin-off series, which parodies the main cast as regular students and teachers in a modern-day school. They have already animated short clips of this, and the fan reception was through the roof. But if we dive into the craziest, most fascinating fan theories on Reddit, things get even bigger. A massive theory circulating right now suggests that after the main series concludes, Ufotable might announce a full-blown prequel series focusing on the golden age of the Demon Slayer Corps. Fans desperately want to see a dedicated project about Yoriichi Sukakuni and the Sengoku-era Demon Slayers, showing the creation of the breathing styles, the tragic relationship between Yoriichi and his brother Kokushibo, and the first time Muzan was almost beaten to a pulp would pull in record-breaking viewership numbers. The lore is already built into the universe, and it is a guaranteed money printer. So when you hear people doom posting online saying that Demon Slayer is completely dying after the final Infinity Castle movie credits roll, do not believe them. The main story of Tanjiro's journey might be approaching its absolute peak, but the Demon Slayer universe itself is just getting started. Ufotable has built a global gold standard of animation, and they are going to ride this wave for a very long time, giving us peak tier content for years to come.